Any advice for these young people over here for starting out in the press corps?
Go for it. You'll never be unhappy. You'll always keep people informed, and you'll always keep learning. The greatest thing of the profession is never stop learning.
Today they're covering the Jewish Heritage Month. Today, yeah.
Meet the president.
And we're any comments on Israel? We're asking everybody today. Any comments
Tell
on
them to
Israel?
get the hell out of Palestine.
Ooh. Any better comments than that?
Helen is one.
Remember, these people are occupied, and it's their land. It's not German. It's not Poland.
So where should they go? What should they do?
They go home.
Where's the home?
Poland.
So the Jews.
Germany.
So the Jews go back to Poland and Germany.
And America and everywhere else. Why push people out of there who have lived there for centuries? See?
Oh. Now, are you familiar with the history of that region and what took place?
Very much. I'm of Arab background.
I see. You speak Arabic?
Huh? No, Shwai.
Shwai. Oh, Shwai. Takalam Arabin, eh?
Very little.
Lazim Takalam.
We were too busy Americanizing our parents.
Oh, my goodness. Learn the Arabic.
Helen Thomas has covered the White House for 50 years, but it only took a matter of days for the 90-year-old White House reporter to step down from her job last year after her controversial remarks about Israel went public. But Thomas was not out of the game for long. She's back at work as a columnist for Falls Church News Press. With me now is Helen Thomas. Welcome to the show, Helen.
Thank you.
Okay, before I talk about Israel, because we're going to talk about that, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
Oh,
but
yes.
I have to tell you, that I admired you. I admire you even now for the many things that you did in those press conferences, how you stood up to presidents, how you spoke out, particularly on the Iraq War, which I was vehemently against myself. And one of the reasons that I liked Obama was that he was against the Iraq War.
Almost.
Well, he was against it. I mean, I think that he ran on that. But,
well, let's see it fulfilled.
Well, I think he was handed something, too. So I always expect the best from him.
I never have sympathy for presidents. They aren't handed it. He could have walked out the day after he took the oath.
But how did you do that? How were you able to speak out the way you did without feeling, uncomfortable about it?
Because they're only presidents, and they're elected by us at behest of the American people. So I don't feel they're kings. They're not emperors, and we don't have to pay any more homage to them, but just plain respect.
Right. Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't have to be cowing to them.
You don't have to kowtow to anybody, especially someone who's a public servant, which is the president. I agree with that.
We pay them.
That's true. But you have a big mouth, you're going to get in trouble. And my mother used to say, good luck with your mouth.
But that's called freedom.
It's called freedom of speech, and I use it every day.
And you pay the price.
You pay the price. Okay, and you did pay the price. Okay, so like those Israel remarks that you made, and I want people to see what it is we're talking about. So let's watch.
Any comments on Israel? We're asking everybody today. Any comments
Tell them
on
to
Israel?
get the hell out of Palestine.
Ooh. Any better comments than that?
Helen is one.
Remember, these people are occupied, and it's their land. It's not German, it's not Poland.
So where should they go? What should they do?
They go home.
Where's the home?
Poland.
So the Jews,
Germany.
You think Jews go back to Poland and Germany?
And America and everywhere else.
So when you look at that, when I watched that and when I saw it in the first place, I thought to myself that is an insensitive remark, that Poland and Germany are the exact places that the Jews were put into concentration camps, and that at the very, very least...
We fought World War II. I had two brothers, many relatives.
Right.
There hasn't been the persecution since World War II. You don't take other people's land.
But but do you see the insensitivity of the remark that?
No, I didn't realize it would ring that many bells because they've been free ever since.
I know, but Germany and Poland, you didn't pick, you know, Alaska. You picked Germany and Poland.
I should have said Russia, too.
Well, Russia had its share of anti-Semitic pogroms also, but...
They also had 25 million who died in World War II.
That's true. But I'm trying to...
More than that.
Yeah, so, I mean, Germany, Poland, you know, Dachau, Auschwitz, we're talking about...
And the United States.
Mm-hmm. And the United States what?
I said he said, where should they go? Mm-hmm. I mean, they didn't have to go anywhere, really, because they weren't being persecuted anymore, but they were taking other people's land.
You're talking about the Israelis?
Of course.
Uh-huh. Do you consider yourself anti-Semitic?
Hell no.
You do not?
I'm a Semite.
You're a Semite yourself?
Of Arab background.
Well, I know you're Lebanese background, right? But you're not Jewish.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, no, you say you're... I'm just trying to clarify.
They're not Semites. I mean, most of them are from Europe.
Mm-hmm. The Jews?
Yes.
Well... Okay, but I'm trying to see, if you had a chance to redo the comment, what would you say now?
Why do they have to go anywhere? They're not being persecuted anywhere.
The Israelis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do they have to go anywhere?
The Jews.
Well, the question was, any comments on Israel? That's what the question was. And you said, tell them to get the hell out of Palestine.
Right.
And then the rabbi who was interviewing you said, any better comments? And you say, remember, these people are occupied, and it's their land, not Germany's, not Poland. So where should they go, he said. What should they do? And you said,
go home. Why do they have to go anywhere? They aren't being persecuted. They don't have the right to take other people's land. Under international law, occupied land should not be annexed.
But then maybe you should have said, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but maybe you should have said, well, the Israelis should stay in Israel, but you said they should go back to Poland and Germany. That's what got you in trouble, Helen.
He said, where should they go?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it did get me in trouble. Everything is distorted, but I don't care, you know.
You don't care at this point?
No, at hell, no.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a lot of criticism for it. How did you deal with all of that criticism?
We have organized lobbyists in favor of Israel. You can't open your mouth. I can call the President of the United States anything in the book. But if you say one thing about Israel, and you're off limits.
Well, that's what happened to you. I mean, the Society of Professional Journalists retired the Helen Thomas Lifetime Achievement Award. They said no individual worthy of such honor should have to face this controversy. No honoree should have to decide if the possible backlash is worth being recognized for his or her contribution to journalism. Are you offended by that?
By what?
The fact that they will not give this award to anybody in your name?
Well, I mean, that's their decision, but I think it's stupid. It has nothing to do with my views about Israel. My achievements in journalism are a little separate.
So you have no regrets about what you said, even though
I have regrets that everybody's misinterpreted it and distorted it. And you have the Ari Fleischer and Abe Foxman distorting everything. So I certainly knew that, and I should have kept my mouth shut, probably.
But you still don't feel that it was insensitive in any way?
No.
No.
I'm sensitive about the Palestinians being pushed around, knocked on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning. Get out of this house in 24 hours. 3 generations in refugee camps.
Okay.
Pushed from their homes.
I see. But you see the other side of it. The other side of it is that the Jews are sensitive because of the history they have in the 20th century.
Everybody's sensitive when they're being pushed out of their homes.
Well, but the 20th century was particularally cruel to the Jewish population.
Yes, it was.
In Europe, in Germany,
my family went through World War II. We were very sensitive. All of us were there. Every American was there.
But did your family go to a concentration camp?
No.
No. Well, that's the difference. That's the point.
The difference is that count how many thousands of Palestinians are in jail now, thrown from their homes. 1 million refugees. Is that sensitive?
Hello and welcome. Could the founding of Israel have been based on a total misunderstanding of history? One Israeli historian has created huge controversy with his findings that the idea of a single Jewish tribe is wrong, and that much of the justification for the founding of the Jewish state of Israel is actually political. When the nation of Israel came into existence in 1948, it was the culmination of centuries of dedication by Jewish nationalists to the idea that their people must return to a land from which they'd been exiled almost 2,000 years earlier. But many modern archaeologists and historians have begun to doubt whether or not this event really happened. Other discoveries are shedding new light on key past events of the Jewish people in the Holy Land and creating some uncomfortable dilemmas for those who live there now. Joining me to discuss this from London, its theories and the controversy he's stirring, is Shlomo Sand, a professor of contemporary history at Tel Aviv University and author of the book The Invention of the Jewish People, which was on the bestseller list in Israel for several months and has recently been translated into English. Professor Sand also teaches at the University of California at Berkeley and the École des Hautes Études en Sciences Sociales in Paris. Professor Sand, thanks very much for coming on the show. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Indeed I do. Now tell us some of the other myths that you basically bust in this important book.
You see, I think that diaspora, what we define as diaspora, I mean the existence of Jewish communities in the world, is the origin of this existence of a Jewish community is not exile and also not, emigration. I think that Judaism in the antiquity was a proselyte religion, and most of the Jews came from conversions, massive conversions that started in the antiquity and continued to the Middle Age. Then my conclusion in my book is to accept, first of all, the fact that Jewishness is a religion and not a people. Secondly, that most of the Jewish in the world are descendants of converted people. I don't think it's a shame to be a descendant of conversion, and I think that most of the Jews in the world are descendants of conversion. Now, in my book, I put it very, very in extreme, to put it against this myth of the Israeli society today, that they find themselves as a kind of an ethnos, you understand? Jewish, most of the Israelis believe that they are a direct descendant of the kingdom of David. I think one of the last people that continue to believe that their ancestors were the Hebrew was the Jew. I mean, they continue to believe in this myth. In this myth of identity, I think put all the existence of Israel in a situation, a very, very bad situation.